Okay, good morning, sir. And I'm Akash and ANPARASAN. My matrix number is C210333. First, I'm going to present about introduction of Islamic finance. First point, Islamic finance refer to how business and individuals raise capital in according with Sharia or Islamic law. Second point, it also refer to the type of investment that are permissible under his form of law. And Islamic beliefs limit the type of investment allowed due to the nature and unregistered company or the future of financial instrument. As a result, halal, which means permit in Arabic, refer to banking when a financial instrument participant in the gains and losses of the business in underwrites. Third point, equally significant in the idea of Gara. Gara prefer the Gara prefers the ability of discrimination that result from the sales of objective tools exist in question in the financial context. Insurance policy are a couple of examples of Gara. This could involve paying a premium to be insurance against a potential occupation. Another kind of Gara is hedging against potential outcomes through dividends. Companies may finance themselves with quality as long as they are not operating a restricted industry. And last conclusion is production of alcohol, gambling, and the creation of pornography are profitable profited activities.
So hi, my name is SULAIMAN and my matrix number is UDC210379 and I'm from section 4 and today I'm going to be the one who going to represent for number 1, which is explain the Islamic finance and the importance of having Islamic finance. So the answer for that is Islamic finance or Sharia compliant finance is a banking or financing activity that complies with Sharia, which was the Islamic law and its practical application to the development of Islamic economy. There are multiple modes of Islamic banking or finance, including Mudarabah, which is profit sharing and loss bearing, Wadiyah, safekeeping, Musyarakah, joint venture, Murabaha, cost plus, and the last but not least is Ijara, which is leasing. Sharia has prohibited riba, or usually defined as interest paid on all types of loan of money. Although some Muslims have disputed whether there is a consequence that interest is equivalent to riba. Investment in business that provide goods or service will be considered contrary to Islamic principle. For example, pork or alcohol is haram, or in other words, sinful and prohibited. So, the importance of having Islamic finance this day is that Islamic finance provide financial service for all segments of the population, and also it can help to increase financial inclusion. Islamic finance also serve as an alternative source for funding infrastructure and as a means of diversifying funding and risk exposure of investor. Thus, Islamic finance strive to promote inclusion within the financial service industry. Many Islamic beliefs impose boundaries, restriction, or limitation on financial matters, such as what is acceptable types of income or business practice. This practice may conflict with non-Islamic financial instruments. In an effort to not exclude a body of individuals due to their religious beliefs, a set of Islamic financial principle and financial system entities cater to the accepted financial practice of Islam. Islamic finance is the idea of managing money and implementing financial strategies that comply with the moral practice of the Islam religion. Islamic finance offers guidance on saving, investing, and lending. It gives us a lot of benefit to managing our money in the present and the future. So, that is all from me. Thank you very much.
Good morning, sir. My name is Pratishwaran KALIYAPPAN. My matrix card number is UDC 210211. My part is second question. Anyone can own the properties and asset in the world. Explain the concept of owning a property or asset in accordance to Sharia law. The answer is, in Arabic, Sharia literally means the clear, well-trodden path of water. Sharia acts as a code of living that Muslims should adhere to, including prayers, fasting, and donation to the poor. It aims to help Muslims understand how they should lead every aspect of their life according to God's wishes. That's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Madam, my name is Rashwin. My UDC number is UDC 210278. Today my question is riba is one of the prohibited element in Islamic finance. Explain riba with one example. The answer is the idea of exceeding or increasing be roughly translated from the Arabic word riba. It refers to unfair exchanges, charges and fees for borrowing that may result in the payment of interest, and it's frequently translated to mean usury and interest. The most typical type of riba is interest or debit or bank and loans that is charged over the original loan amount. For example, a borrow of 100 from his friend B and then pays back 120 over a 10-month period, with B adding an additional of 20 of interest. By doing riba, it gives a lot of negative impacts toward a country. It because of riba is based on stinginess, hate, ego, and taking advantage of the needs of others. These all are weakening the relation of society members. Riba is also creating vacuity between upper and middle class, and this will lead to poverty problems in society. In conclusion, not only Muslim but all people from this different religion should also avoiding themselves from practicing riba format, so that they do not bear losses that should not occur in their life. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, Sir Mustafa. I'm gonna explain about Gharar. Gharar is an important concept in Islamic finance and is used to measure the legitimacy of a risky investment in the context of short selling, gambling, the sale of goods or assets of uncertain quality, or with contracts that are not clearly worded. In finance, Gharar is observed in derivative transactions such as forwards, futures and options, as well as in short selling and other forms of speculation. Islamic finance strictly prohibits most derivative contracts because of the uncertainty involved in the future delivery of the underlying asset. This makes Gharar very harmful to business certainty and openness. Gharar ban protects company from transactions that involve a great deal of uncertainty or deception because they have room to cause injustice and involve risks that are incurred disproportionately. Gara can occur Gara can occur in any kind of transaction where the terms of deal, the price, or two parties involved are not clearly defined in advance. Speculative activities in the capital market, derivative instruments, and short selling contracts are all good examples of gambling in modern finance. Gharar can have implications for things like pricing, delivery, quantity, and quality of assets that are transactional based and that could affect the degree or quality of consent of parties to a contract. For example, you cannot buy an option at a certain price to have the right to purchase its underlying shares. An option is not an identifiable object and is thus uncertain. An option is a right that a person has. It is not a specified and achievable asset. In traditional insurance, the premium paid by policyholders and indemnity provided by the insurer upon a claim are both uncertain, making traditional insurance
non-complaint from an Islamic legal perspective. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Praveen Kumar and I'm going to talk about why gambling and money trading is prohibited in Islamic finance. Betting is one more crucial forbidden in Islamic finance. It's otherwise called maisi and kima in Arabic language. It applies to each movement in which an individual wins or loses his property, a simple opportunity, all in all, is ground and unrelated possibility where an individual success to detriment of other. Islam isn't just a religion, yet additionally a total lifestyle in finance. Islam expects that all exchange be founded on straightforwardness, precision and trust. Considering this, Sharia has set on rules regarding fiqh al-mu'amalat and elevates monetary or financial exchange inside an overall system. The primary class compromise of components which are disallowed intention, no discussion on their authenticity and recipients. Islamic money are usually riba vengeance in agreement, gharar and betting maisi. All riba is haram in its perspective. With regard to the third class, it's compromise of a solidarity disallowed practice in Islam since it prompts disparity and that in syndication or DR in Arabic, syndication is forestalled totally and prohibited in Sharia. The last one is about deceitful, unfortunate behavior of coercing. Extortion is real and implies a duplicity rehearsed to get a low increase. As per the common and criminal regulation, misrepresentation is ethically off base and is viewed as a wrongdoing, some as burglary. Thusly, all Islamic monetary exchange should be liberated from the previously mentioned components. Any other way exchange will avoid these notable elements and principles of Islamic money which recognize its customary money. Thank you.
Hello madam, my name is SHAHDAM. My matric number is UDC 210356. So today I'm going to present about a question that we had in a group assignment. So I personally answer a question which is monopoly could be the easiest way to earn much money in short term. However, why monopoly prohibited under Islamic finance? So I answered for that. Monopoly is prohibited under Islamic finance. The reason for that is because it is viewed as an exploitative practice by Muslim, and at the end it will result in justice for the society. Monopoly is being forbidden in the financial sector become a monopoly system is one in which earth over control supply that will be completely unchecked. Monopoly or ihtihar in Arabic is a prohibited practice in Islam because it leads to injustice. The Prophet Muhammad has made explicit and specific statements about it. For example, he said, whoever withholds food in order to raise its price has certainly erred. Also, wherever strives to increase the cost of products for Muslims, Allah that exalted will sit him in the center of the fire on the fire of the restrictions. As the sole providers of a product of a service, monopolies have no competition and no price. Monopolies use patents, mergers, and acquisition to obtain industry dominance and prevent market entry also. If left unmonitored and unregulated, monopolies can adversely affect business, consumers, and even the economy. In conclusion, we should not practice monopoly and oppress others by reserving them solely for our own benefit. We need to be fair in any kind of situation so that we can solve the problem in a way that satisfies all the people that are involved and does not give any bad effect to the environment. That's all from me. Thank you, madam.
Morning, sir, and my fellow friends. Today I'm going to talk about what is Sharia compliant product with an example. Investment instruments that adhere to Sharia law and the tenets of Islam are known as funds with Sharia compliance. Investments that adhere to Sharia are seen as a form of socially responsible investing. According to Abu Huraira, R.A., the Prophet of Allah say, there is no consideration for someone who accumulates wealth through haram methods and then provides charity from it, and the burden of sin remains. Sahih Ibn Khuzaimah, 4th edition, note 2471, making sure that one's income complies with Sharia is crucial for any Muslim investor. Muslims have relatively few halal investment options, particularly when it comes to online investments. Sharia compliance involves revenue accumulated through other investments in addition to pay and money made through company. There are numerous products and indices available on the market to support Sharia compliant halal investments. Through its Amana series, Saturna Capital offers a number of investment opportunities that comply with Sharia. The Amana Growth Fund AMAGX, which upholds Islamic principles, provides long-term capital growth through Sharia-compliant funds. On February 3, 1994, the fund officially opened. A mutual fund called the Amana Growth Fund invests at least 80% of its assets in ordinary equities. It managed 1.7 million in total assets as of November 2017. It has a 1.10% expenditure ratio. $2,250 minimum commitment is needed, and at 48% of total assets. Technology investments make up a sizable percentage of the fund. Healthcare, industrials, consumer defensive, and consumer clinical for further industries. For all types of Sharia-obeying Muslim investors, S&P Dow Jones Indexes has developed a number of indices that comply with Islamic law. In December 2006, the S&P 500 Sharia was introduced. All of the S&P 500 Sharia complement members make up the S&P 500 Sharia index. Information technology made up 38% of the index as of October 2017, making up 235 of its members. The S&P Global Healthcare Sharia, S&P Global Infrastructure Sharia, S&P Developed Large and Mid Cap Sharia, S&P Developed Small Cap Sharia, and the S&P Developed BMI Sharia Index are few other Sharia compliant indexes that are offered and managed by the S&P Dow Jones. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. The eighth finding is question about give example of bank that promote Islamic financial and instrument the product that the bank provide. First, example of bank that promote Islamic finance. Example of bank is Alliance Bank, Alliance Islamic Bank Merchant Bank. Second, illustrate and product that the bank provide. ABBN and Collateral and Alliance Bank Management to offer customer the opportunity and establish the inverse of Sharia complete unit trust fund on a digital platform, allowing them to convince or of managing their investment anytime, anywhere. Second, the Sharia principle for the product is Al B Al Estate, an agency contract where an investor authorized ABN, ABMB to manage the customer's investment of their behalf. Is it tolerate to the financial needs of various customer segments, including working adults, families with children, and those who have social and economic conversion? The, the foundation of Islamic banking based on the profit sharing premise, and whether the bank and the customer share the risk. Although based on the Sharia principle, Islamic banking is not restricted to Muslim only, and it's available to non-Muslim as well. And next is 3.0 conclusion. Let me present it. In conclusion, I just want to state that advantages of Islamic financial. First of all, assistant Islamic conversion and Islamic evaluation according to the World Bank, its availability to people and business of useful and personal price in financial product and service that satisfy their needs and transaction payments, saving, credit and insurance that are provide the insurance in responsible manner. Second point, You will discover that traditional banking systems are built on internet payments and on rates determined by the amount of money deposit. Next is, on the other hand, Sharia law forbids making payments and earning interest. Second benefit in Islamic financial will help us reduce impact the harmful products and practices participants. For example, Sharia law provide any transaction that promote industries and participants that are prohibited in Islam, such as gambling, riba, and speculation. Must share. Okay, and fourth point is Islam financial fair is a requisite of the operation of Islamic financial instrument under Sharia law. Second point, fifth point is the traditional banking system forced on the create a profit through interest payment and any risk along the process and beneficiary. In Islamic finance, the lender of beneficial slip is gain or loss, and the assisted risk is an equalitative manner. In conclusion, there are several reasons for those Sharia financial as we have discussed above. Whether you are Muslim or non-Muslim, it's is it implement to consider Sharia financial as part of the financial platform. Thank you.